Hello, David. Okay, we're back to 199 Brookline Street. And what I've done is on page one, I've put a couple of notes. See these little blue pencil icons? These are fields that have notes for you. The way it works is if you click on View, you can show notes. And you can see there's a keyboard shortcut there, Control and F2, that shows the notes or hides the notes. I'm going to use the keyboard Control F2 to turn them on and just show you an example of one. In this case, I'm sure I said that you need a space on either side of the ampersand. There's plenty of room in the field. And so I think you click the note and it's opening in another window. There it is. Put a space on either side of the ampersand. That's the note there. This one, Lawrence and Elana Phillips. The note there says, wrong name. Per the deed, it's Lawrence, middle initial A, Phillips, and Elana Phillips. Okay, so those are the sort of things. Over here, the present land use. So I sent you a clone, and the clone has percentages because it's a sale or a refinance right around the corner. Percentages don't change. Also, the neighborhood boundaries that you had were inconsistent. You can read the note to that as well. But what I want you to do is go to the neighborhood clone that I sent you. It's an ACI file. All you have to do is open it, and you can copy and paste the neighborhood boundaries and the present land use percentages. So I don't know how many notes there are, but they all stick out like that. And then after you've made a change, like I'll just do this one, then what you do is you right click it, and where's the note? Let me see how you get rid of the note. Yes, I want to change it. Note, remove. Also, there's Control Shift F2 as another way to remove a note. So that's what I'm going to do. Control Shift F2 and watch that little pencil icon disappear. Boom. All right, see, I did that one for you. Now let's go over to the comps. You did a great job of getting the vertical subject column all the way down. Everything is done except original list price. You have to have some data in there, so we'll just put NA because it's not listed for sale. Down here, you didn't have the effective date of data sources, and it was one of the items on the first review. I'll just flip to it. I mean, you did a great job. You did a lot on there. Seriously, I'm really impressed with how much you did. But you missed this one down here where I put a line through it, and I said input date of inspection, month, date, year, year. Okay. The other thing I did, I usually say where the last note is. I think because I stopped on the column, I didn't put anything. Oh yeah. Well, the addendum. But you. By the way, you earned the bonus points. You did the neighborhood description. Let's get to the comps, because that's what we want now. So the first thing that I do is I go into MLS, and you see the MLS PIN numbers, 722155526. There's 5 of them in this case. And what I do is I've already entered these 5 comma-separated MLS numbers into MLS and turned on the map just to make sure they're all in Newton. And so I'm going to put this back on the other window. That's just a reference. And because it's not uncommon for me to want to search for all 5 of those comps often, I just sort of paste it in here just like as a bookmark so I don't have to type it in again. So a couple of things. I'm just going to do some fixes. On verification sources, it does say no docs found, and what we want it to say there is deed and assessor equals 1. So I'm going to fix that across the board. Okay. On the import for concessions, I'm not sure why Boulder. We'll get to Boulder Road. Okay. Location is. I'm sorry. Location is Busy Road. All right. So you've got maybe this is a error on my part, but I have to fix the location. The location is neutral. Busy Road. The view isn't a busy road. The view is neighborhood, right? A residential view. Okay. All right, we got that fixed. It is a 1-story ranch. I also fixed this thing here. You got to click the little green to do the basements. These 2 rows together. really the only way to do it is to click on here and just type in the numbers from the sketch. It was 1,492 square feet of basement, 850 is finished area. It's a walkout basement, so you have to choose one of those. There's one recreation room, one bedroom, one bathroom, and I put 0 others. I don't count hallways and even large nooks and crannies. 3-bedroom needs a space after the 3 before the B. So for heating and cooling, I always use central/CAC. So, like, this is good, enclosed porch and deck, 2 fireplaces, now. Okay, so let's just take a look at Marcellus Road, first comp. I'm gonna run the map. So you have access to the map too. I have to give you the password for something called ACI points, I believe it's called. Once you have that, then you'll be able to do what I'm doing, which is to generate a map. And I think you saw on the MLS map that 3 of these comps were sort of grouped in the neighborhood of Oak Hill. Right? Here's the subject. Donna is the closest. So you can click and drag these things around a little bit. I tend to try to make it, I don't know, kind of neat in my own mind, what I think is neat. Okay, so do we have a busy street one? Donna, Marcellus. Oof. We might not have a busy street comp, in which case we're going to need one. We'll see. Maybe Marcellus is on the corner, or Linda might be on the corner, but you have to have a busy street comp, so you might need another comp. Upon saying okay, then it asks if you want to add an aerial. We do. We add an aerial. So it zooms in on the house, which is here. That's it. L-shaped, you know. And with my wheel, I roll out 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives them a view of what's happening in the area. You can even go a 6th one if you want. But it shows that it's a residential area. Accepting the aerial. And I have this window. Yes, where do I want to put the aerial map? Well, how about in the aerial map? You know, they give you there's a default. The location map wants to go on the location map page. The aerial wants to go on the aerial map page. It all makes sense. We just say okay. And what's going to happen is the distance from the subject is going to be put inside of here. Okay. So I'm just going to do one comp at a time, but I'm going to start with, I'll just start with Marcellus Drive. Why not? Now, one of the things we have in ShareFile is all of the comps have MLS, deed, and sale and assessment. What I don't see is a field card for Marcellus Drive. That's an oversight. I don't know why, but I'm going to go get it. Here it is. I'm just going to save it as Brookline Street comp. Where is it? And just go FC for field. Oh, what? There was a field card? All right, how did I miss that? MLS. Where is, oh, I didn't sort it by name, that's why. Okay. Deed, field card, MLS, and plan, and sale and assessment. So what I do is I just open all these. Okay, I've opened them all. I do have a second window, so I'll drag them over one at a time as I use them. So why don't I just start in no particular order, although I generally do it this way. I start with the deed. It sold on 9/15/17 for $1,050,000. There's $1,050,000. Sale date is September of 2017, so that's correct. And the deed is. Sorry, the deed has no total square footage, so I'll use the assessor to see how big it is. So I can do the sales and assessment or the field card. So let me do the field card. No, it's easier to grab the sale and assessment. 12,220. This says 15,050. Uh-oh. Got a conflict. So what's going on in this case is it says the land shown is lots 29 and 30B. So that could account for the difference, but this is an example of, we got to figure out, I don't know where this 15,050 came from. but we have to have a number on there that we've verified. So I'm looking at 20 Marcellus, and it says right here 12,200, and there's no other lots around it except for this one, which is 537 Parker Street. That's somebody else's house. Let me zoom out. So not sure where that number came from, but it's wrong. So I'm going to go with 12,220. So I'm going to change this. 12220. And when I tab out, it added square feet, and it did some math. Okay, the view on 20 Marcellus is the same neighborhood. All right. It says contemporary. I'll go with that. Now, because it's different from ranch, we have to put a 0 in here. Otherwise, we're going to get an error message later. Quality. That's what pictures are for. Looks like inferior quality compared to what we have in the subject, based on the kitchen and the bath fixtures and finishes, and these also look a little bit older. That's like a drop-in sink with Formica countertops. So it's not as good as ours. So if we're a Q, hang on a second, maybe we're a Q3. Workmanship exceeds acceptable standards. Many materials have been upgraded. Okay, so we're a Q3. This is a Q4. We always throw in 3% adjustment when we jump from one rating to another. Typically, it gets raised a little more later, but we'll see. Well, the actual age says 67, so that looks good. Let's see if it's correct. Now I look at the field card. So over here it says it's a Cape Cod style home, which it is right here. It's a Cape, but up here it sort of became contemporary. I'm okay leaving it contemporary. So it's 1950 built. It's a 2014 square foot house with a 634 square foot basement. I don't know where these numbers came from. 2014, okay. So I'm changing this to 634. And it says rec room, so the assessor's field card doesn't have a finished basement area, but let's see what the MLS listing says. "2014, there is no finished basement at all in there." I don't know where this rec room came from, but what we're going to do is we're going to fix this. Control H, 634, 0 finished area, walk up. Now, we're going to need an adjustment because there's 850 square feet here, but we'll get to that. Okay, this average, what's happening here, so that's a 3-bedroom, that's a 3-bedroom, that's a 4-bedroom. Sometimes I do fix across the board horizontally, even though I'm working on this first one. This says that it has central air, and according to the field card, it has central air, so central AC. No energy efficient, 1-car garage, we'll adjust for that later, and according to this we have a patio and 1 fireplace. We need to type in the original list price. I don't have to tell you where to get that, but don't look at the top where it says list price $974, because the original list price is what we put in there, which happens to be $974, and this was financing, this was a cash deal. So that means this is correct, that it's cash. The original list price was $974, and it sold above asking. Okay. I'm about to teach you how to use a global tool that'll add adjustments to all of the comparables. It's this little worksheet. So what I'm going to do, since market conditions are increasing, 0.3%, 1 month threshold, and I changed this to effective date. So I just plugged in a time adjustment. From the effective date, which is 10/31, I'm doing 0.3% per month, which is 3.6% per year, with an adjustment threshold of 1 month. So if something sold less, went under contract, less than a month ago, there's no adjustment. And it put in these adjustments, 6,300, 11,800 across the board, and there's some more because there's more comps. The site area, I'm going to adjust $4 per square foot, and that's a 13,000 square foot lot, so I'm going to go with half, 6,500. That's a good starting place. Age, we just do 0 and 0. 0 for room counts. Here we do 0 for bedroom counts. Bathroom at 30,000 for a million is correct, but you have to put 0.1. Okay, that way when you have a half a bath, it adjusts at 15,000. The gross living area adjustment, so I have sales at 450, 380, 520. I'm just going to use 400 for a minute. Let's say that the typical price per square foot is 400. That means we put 100 in here. So it's going to be $100 per square foot adjustment, and we put 100 in there for 100 square feet. Basement total area 0, 0. Finished basement, because we have a walkout basement, I'm going to use half of the above grade gross living area adjustment. If it were a tiny little level, if it were a level lot with tiny little casement windows and just a not a very nice bathroom basement, I would use $25 here. But this finished basement adjustment relates to or comes from the GLA adjustment for above grade. So if later on I go back and I change this to 120, then I would change this to 60. I'm going to go ahead and leave them there. For any difference, I'll put a 0 here. That's the threshold for how many square feet does there have to be different before there is an adjustment. Bathrooms below grade, 20,000, and again 0.1 has to go in there. And then when I click OK, now it's already put all these adjustments in as I've done this. Here's the thing. If I make changes later, you have to flesh that one more time before you're done. It doesn't do a good job of changing as you go. Like if I change some of the information in here, like some of the square, like say I changed a lot and now it deserves an adjustment, it's not going to automatically do it. You have to flesh it out by clicking on here. You always have to go back and change this to effective date, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, but it's just one of the quirks of ACI. And then when you say OK. All right, so this is pointing to a value of 1.229. Now, I think we're going to go with the same condition. I'm anticipating a problem. If this adjusts up to 1.229, I have to have a sale above 1.229. I don't. My highest sale is 1,160,000. But what I do have is a location that's not on a busy road. So I'm going to take off 6% for that, which brings us down to 1.167 million. Okay, there's another weird quirk of ACI. Look, I don't know whether there's still an 8 here because I went ahead and put a 120 in there. I'm going to change this to 100 to lower the adjustment. I'm going to also change the basement down, make it a little bit lower. All right, this is just a 1148. Again, and then I have a sale of 1160, so that could work. All right, this is also the same as 1. It's a neutral road, so I'm going to take off 5% there. Did do 5%, right? Minus 5%. Okay, so I've done this first one, Marcellus. Now I'm going to go to Boulder Road. So I'm doing the same thing where I open up all of the exhibits from the share file folder. I open up the deed, the field card, the MLS listing, the plan, and the sales and assessment. Oh, I forgot to check the plan on Marcellus. Let me go back and do that. 20 Marcellus plan. So 20 Marcellus has bedroom, family room, living room, kitchen, den. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Upstairs it has 3 rooms. 7, 8, 9. So it's a 9. 1, 2, 3 bedroom. And I see. Yeah. And I see a bathroom here. And a bathroom here. 932. That's it. So it's a 932. 732. So I'm changing that to a 9. Okay, back to Boulder. Well, what the heck. So I've got the floor plan up, so I'll start there this time. So I've got to count these rooms. Let me zoom in a little. Main and basements. This is a ranch with a finished basement. So I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. 532. And in the basement, let me double check that. 1, 2, kitchen, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2. Sorry about that. Oh, and there's a sunroom, 7, 3, 2. But let's see if the sunroom is included in the living area. How do we do that? Field card. Unfinished open porch. It's not included in the GLA. So again, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2. In the basement, I'll be back for you. Let me just put that in here. 6, 3, 2. The basement has a family room and an office. And it has laundry. So this is a room with an oil tank in it. So I'm not going to consider that a finished room. But it's got a family room, an office with a closet, and it has a bathroom. So we could call this a bedroom, so that we have a finished basement in the bedroom in order to line up with our comp. So we'll have family room, bedroom, bath. That's the same thing we have. I like that. And then as far as size, how many square feet is down there, that's what we have to figure out next. So I go to the field card for 87 Boulder. First of all, it says the house is 2,040 square feet and the basement is 1,248. 2,040, 1,248. Not 2,600. 2,040, 1,248. Where are those numbers? Where are these numbers coming from? They're huge and they're wrong. So this says 2,600 including the finished basement, which means they're saying the finished basement is 560 square feet, not 1,664. Okay, so I'll put 560. I'll put walk up, 1 rec room, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, not a half. It's a bath. So basically this is the exact same as this. 1 rec room, 1 bedroom, 1.0 baths, and 0 others. But it's smaller, so it's going to adjust up. According to the listing, it has central air. So central AC. 2 garages, we still haven't adjusted for garages. 2 fireplaces, and has a porch, and this has a patio. Here we have an enclosed and a deck. So we have to do a little bit more adjusting, even stepping backwards to the second one. I want to check condition and quality. Spacious updated ranch. You know what? So I understand our quality is a little bit better, but this isn't too bad, although there's 1 dated bathroom, but then again we have 1 in the bathroom. Alright, this would be the sunroom. Oh, and this would be the finished basement with a fireplace and a 2-car attached garage. So this is a lower, I would make this the same condition, but it's also lower quality. It is. These are like IKEA cabinets and Ubatuba granite. No, not comparable to our quality. So we've got another Q4 with a 3% adjustment. I'm giving it the same condition because it's updated. Neutral residential view. We've got to fix the seller concessions thing. So, I need to go back and take a look at this. This shows a 12 by 25, and this shows a 20 by 11. Together those numbers total to 520, and there's also a stairwell and a bathroom. So to have 560, I think 40 square feet between here and here, I'm going to up it to 600. When I do a round number, that's my signal to myself in the future that I estimated it. Okay, I'm going to check the deed. So the price is supposed to be $980 on 717. And we have 2717, yes, 980, yes. 12,568 square foot lot. So we fix this, 12,568. It's not 11, whatever, 46. It's a ranch, which is the same style. Quality's been adjusted. This condition, we're leaving it the same. 2 baths, so it adjusted for a half bath. Okay, let's adjust for the things that are missing. So garage, we're going with 20, 10, and 5. The first 20 for 1 bay, excuse me. We're doing 12, 6, and 3. The first bay is worth 12. The second is worth half of that, which is 6, and the third is worth 3. Porches will go 4,000. For enclosed, I'll go actually 6,000. Fireplace, I'll do 2,000. Actually, you know what? I don't really. I stopped adjusting for fireplaces. All right, now Boulder Road is still sitting a little bit low. Why is this 1.17 and this is 1.052? Boulder Road. Maybe it's the location. No, Boulder Road is in the same sweet spot as Marcellus. Let me zoom in on Boulder Road. There's Boulder, there's Marcellus, so they're in the same neighborhood. Time adjustment. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting to try to see why, reconcile this to that. So, part of it could be that, they did market it as a 2,600 square foot house and it's 2,000, but we're left with this fiasco. Let me check this. This is an incomplete. I'm going to assume that the financing is conventional and the concession amount is 0. Let me go take a look at what the MLS listing says, because that's where we find it. 87 Boulder, MLS. And that we find on the second page. Financing is other. So we change that to other, and we have to type a description. Undisclosed. Alright. So why did they get $70,000 more for Marcellus over Boulder? Take another look at them. Here's Boulder. Sold for only listed for $980, listed for $925 and sold for $980. Oh, I need to put that in there. $925. Got to put a 0 in here because it's different from the subject. Whenever you have something different than the subject, you have to put a 0 or an adjustment in there. Them's the rules. Okay, this is the lower price sale. Maybe this really is inferior quality, like significantly. Lower ceilings. It has an enclosed porch. Let me fix that. It has an enclosed, but no deck. So deck is worth 3,000 and enclosed porch is worth 6. This is a patio, which is the same as a deck or a porch, so it's worth 3. So it gets adjusted 6. So in other words, we have a $6,000 enclosed porch and a $3,000 deck. So it's $9,000 worth of stuff. Here, there's a $3,000 patio. That's why we had $6,000 to get it up to 9. Here, there's an enclosed porch, which is $6,000. So we had $3,000 to get it up to 9. I'm taking another look at 20 Marcellus. Maybe I missed something. Shouldn't be that big a difference between two sales in the same neighborhood. I missed something, that's what that means. Give me a sec. Okay, so after looking at the both of them, I've come to the conclusion that this has a more open and airy feel to it, which is a design. And the ranch, which is Boulder, has a lower ceilings and is really a significantly lower quality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 6% there, and I'm going to do, maybe I'll do 5%, 6%, and I'll leave this at 3. And then I'll explain that it was adjusted 6% and why. It's still 100,000 apart. I'll probably end up dropping one of these. That's what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next one. I'm going to benchmark it. And what happens with adjusting in comps is you go through your comps, you adjust them based on what you see, and then you see what you're left with. And every now and then, one of them is just an anomaly. And so you kick it because it's got to be wrong because it doesn't agree with all your other indicators. And that happens often, and it happens because that weekend maybe it was the only thing, maybe this was the only thing on the market, so it sold for too much. Or maybe this weekend there was a lot of stuff on the market, so there was really no competition for this. Even though they both sold for over their list price, this listed for 50,000 higher. Why did this list for 50,000 higher? Because it's a contemporary, and there's an adjustment that's only about 20,000. So maybe this gets 2%. 1163, 1079. That's not bad. The average of those two would be, here's a little trick. There's a worksheet. And I'll take these two and give them each 50% for a minute. That's an average of 1122. 1122. That could be the value. All right, Donna Road, which is right in the neighborhood. Time to move on to Donna Road. And don't worry, I'll show you this thing I just did here again, but it's another worksheet. And what you need to do is whenever you see one of these, click on it and play with it and see how it works. Once again, I'm opening all the 5 Donna Road exhibits. I feel like starting with the floor plan. And I'm counting. Bed, 3. Kitchen, 4. Dining room, 5. Living room, 6. Den, 7. Bar, not a room, 7. Upper room, 8. 8 rooms. Bedroom, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an 8-4. And I see bath, there's a shower. Bath, 8-4-2. 8-4-2.5. And upstairs is another bath. 8-4-3.5. And there's something in the basement. Let me just fix this. 8-4-3.5. I don't know why, again, I don't know why it imported 2.5. There's maybe something wrong with Data Master settings, but we'll deal with it. And there's 1, 2, half, absolutely 3.5. The lower has a bedroom, a half bath, and a rec room. Control H. I don't know if this 210 is correct yet. I'll get back to it. Rec room, bedroom, half bath. All right. Here's something I haven't shown you yet. The SNA is usually pretty accurate. There's 11,146 square feet. It says that it's a ranch, which doesn't make sense since there's an upper level. Can't be a ranch. Let me see what this thing is. Yeah, it was a multi-level. I see what happened. It said ranch comma multi-level, and so whatchamacallit brought in ranch. And it did say 3 fill 2 half. Okay, so let me just see what kind of property this was. Cheap quality, low ceiling, dated kitchen, dated bathroom. Oh my god. Oh, and look at this finished basement. Okay, I think this probably was a tear down. There's a deck. Okay, it is what it was. So it was a multi-level, neutral residential, inferior quality, just like 1, which I did 2%. It's a C4, 3%, which means it's in shittier condition. It had more bathrooms, so we take that off. It had more bedrooms. I'm not taking off anything for bedroom. It's supposedly the central air. Yes, checking the other source. 2-car garage. And I only see a deck in the picture. 1198, 1163. These two are making sense. This Boulder Road is not. Oh, original list price. Need to put that in. And need to check the deed. So 1160 on 6/20/17. There's this sales date, 6/17, 1160. The lot is 11146. Check the second page for a second lot. Nope, 11146. I don't know where these lot sizes are coming from. 11146. Just other things to check. It looks like there's a new house here now. So, although the lot size still says 11146, the house size says 2566, which, you know, wouldn't be correct because, and the basement says 1664, but we don't have the old field card. So what we're stuck with is maybe the sales and assessment record didn't update yet. Let's see. Yeah, it had, wow. Yeah, MLS says 2566. The field card has 2566, and it has a 1950 home. And that was an addition put on that home. Looking at the pictures, not a rebuild. So it's always going to say 1950. And it says there's a 902 square feet basement, but 1664 of it is finished. I think that's backwards. I'm just going to flip that. Alright, so 2566 stays. Control H. Here we put in 1664 and 902. Also is a walk-up. It says one rec room and one bedroom and a half bath in here. I've forgotten if that's what's going on in this case. Let me check. Okay, let me check. Okay, yeah, okay, it's coming back to me. Bedroom, rec room, half. Yes. Okay, so this one is done. I need the original list price of 51 Donna. Going back to the folder, 51 Donna, MLS. Original list price was 1199000. Alright. So if you look at this, 1163 and 1163, is that amazing? And here's a value of 1160. So that's probably where this thing is going to come in. So I'm going to do this thing where I take Boulder Road and I'm going to shoot it down to comp 7 to get rid of it for a minute. I don't want to delete it totally. Control 7. I'm going to move Donna Road back to the second slot. I'm going to go over here and grab Linda Lane and put that in the third slot. So now we're going to do Linda Lane. I'm going to fix a couple of the defects that I have to fix. Equals 1 equals Linda Lane minus 5% for location. I'm just doing sort of the easy ones. The location, the view is neutral residential. I don't know about quality and condition yet. If it says CAC, I'm going to put central CAC, but I'll check it. One garage means it gets 9,000. If it's actually got a patio and a deck, that would be 3,000, and we're not doing fireplaces. Okay, so I fixed some of the stuff that's easy enough to fix. It's sitting low. I'm sure it's got a bigger lot and it had a $30,000 lot size adjustment. So let's go take a look at the Linda Road documents. We are at 38 minutes. I'm going to keep recording. Okay, I'm going to check the rooms and fix them in the grid. No need to walk you through that. The one thing I want to point out is that in one case where there was a sunroom, what I did was I looked at the field card to see if it was included. Here I'm showing a deck. I don't see anything that says sunroom. But whenever you see a sunroom, it's 50-50 whether or not it's in the GLA or whether you have an amenity called enclosed porch that would go in this spot. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. This 51 Donna Road, which I'm working on, this is the floor plan that I looked at before for... I'm sorry. I need to open Linda. Okay, I got it. 15 Linda plan. There's an error opening the 15 Linda plan. It's broken. All right, I'm going to go get another copy of it. So I grabbed this from MLS. It's got 6 pages. I don't care because it's a PDF that's stored. But I'm going to save it as. This is 15 Linda Lane. Comp 15 Linda Lane plan. Yeah, I want to replace the existing file. Okay, no sunroom to deal with. Let's just do a quick room count. All right, there's something to learn here. There's 9 rooms. Bedroom, bedroom, master bedroom. So that's 3 bedrooms. Family room, that's 4. Kitchen is 5. Dining room and living room, 6, 7, even though there's no wall. And den is 8. So this is an 8 room, 1, 2, 3 bedroom, Two bathroom. Okay, the deal with the dining room and living room is just like the subject property. If you were to put a wall up there and it didn't interfere with the use of either room, then you can call it two separate rooms. And we could. We could put a partition across here. The style is just to be open, but this is definitely an area that could be used separately as a dining room, and this could be used as a separate living room, and the lack of a wall is just a, market desired layout. But I'm counting it, and I'm doing that consistently, so that's fine. And I don't know why this says 10-2-2. It's an 8-3-2. Okay, there's a finished basement with a bedroom, a bathroom, and a rec room, just like ours. And it's pretty decent size. So I can just click this and hit equals. Alright, let's see if these numbers are correct. I just want to take a minute to say that I'm bouncing around. I'm staying inside the grid, but I'm using different documents and extracting different, or verifying different parts of the grid from it. You could start at the top and work your way down, like check the sale date and the contract date. So just to show you a quick example of that field, Linda Lane MLS, contract date of March and the sale date of May, well, that comes from here. Under agreement is the contract date, 3/18. This says it's sold on 5/17, which we check on the deed shortly. So let's do that. 15 Linda deed. Insufficient data for an image. It's a weird error message. Okay. Lot originally containing 9533. I've never seen that before. I'm going with 9533. It sold for $975 on May of 2017. $975, May of 2017, and the original list was $949. Okay, I've got to check a few other things. I've checked the deed. Let me put that away. That is a weird visual. Wow, blank. What do I need to do? I need to look at the actual field card and the listing. So here's a field card. I'm going to reopen it. There's something weird going on with these PDFs. Field card. There we go. Basement 1908, finished 1431, house size 2131. House size 2131. And then we need 1908, 1431. I do not know what those numbers, where they're coming from. But we're fixing them. Okay, if that's some weird data master import, then we'll figure it out later. Now, just because I'm looking forward, if this is at 950 and my value is at 1163, that is a 20% reach. That makes this kind of a shitty comp. I mean, if I do 975 times 1.15, that brings us up to 112, 116. Okay. But what's happening is this is adjusted 20%. This is adjusted 15%. This is going to adjust over 20%. I'm sorry, these aren't great comps. They're too far away from what the value is. So that's good news, but the great news is you get to see and learn from this whole process. I'm looking at financing as conventional fixed. I might want to reference that later. And let's see what this thing is. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's like oaky, and this is, see, it's like a old, inferior quality, inferior condition. Q4, C4. So, problem here is 6%, 2%. We don't have any Q3 sales. We don't. We do have one sale that's in similar condition, but we have two sales in inferior condition. Okay, this is a $35. This is a $30,000 adjustment. Those aren't huge, but we have bracketed the size here with this one, so we're going to need Donna Road because it's 2,500 square feet, and it also has more bathrooms, so that's a keeper. I'm going to switch that into comp 1 position because I'm not getting rid of that one. Right now I'm going to keep comp Marcellus because it was in nice condition, and it's at least got the same condition. But Linda Lane, it's too far away. 975 is too far away, so that's going to send over to the comp 8 position. So what I need is a comp on a busy street with similar quality and condition in comp 3 that sits at 1163. I'm going to go find it. But before I do that, I'm going to adjust your listing. So I'm going to send this to the 4th position. Control Z to wipe this out. And let's adjust 40 Silver Birch Road, because at the end of the day, what you're watching is the adjustment process. And this is all good because it's how you learn. Doing the plan. All right, I've started filling this out. I just want to correct the bedrooms. I've corrected central air, 2-car garage. So we don't have a 3-car garage. That's okay to have across the board adjustments for garage. Although I am still looking for my on-street, busy street, good quality home. Maybe I can find one with a 3-car garage. I would say that this one is a ranch like ours, because it's 1 story. And it has a finished rec room. Okay, so here's Silver Birch Road, hidden Wobbin treasure. So Wobbin is, generally speaking, a higher value. So that's 1240. I'm just bookmarking that. Please be similar quality. Okay. No. You know what? It's similar quality, but it's older. Right? Like these are older stylings. But at the time it was contemporary quality. Yeah, there's a deck, there's a patio, and this is a ranch. I guess it needs a quality adjustment. Okay. I'll keep it in the same condition. I'm going to give it a quality adjustment. View is neutral residential, Silver Birch Road. Okay, so let's see, minus 5%. So this data master put contract 0917, so that means it's a pending sale, but there shouldn't be a time adjustment. But the time adjustment goes there. You have to just take it out. It's in a higher value neighborhood, Silver Birch Road. Let me just click to the map for a second. The sucker is in between Chestnut and Woodward. Yeah, I mean that's an area of Wobbin that's got higher values. And also lenders will buy the fact that it's higher values because you've crossed over Route 9, so they think that it's an acceptable thing to do. So HDRVAL, this is one of those that we have to type in. Higher values isn't one of the given adjustments. The given adjustments are limited to all the things on here. Residential, industrial, commercial, busy road, waterfront, blah, blah, blah. So whenever I, type in my own, I actually have a list of these. I'll just give you a quick peek at that. The UAD pages towards the end of the report come with this list. There it is, HGRVAL. So we can make up our own abbreviations, but we have to give an explanation. So I'm going to give it another 3%. So minus. Oh wait, this is Boulder and Linda. I'm just going to delete these. I'm not using those. But if it was 5% for busy street, I'm going to do another 3% for location. So minus 8%. So that's sitting at 1189, and these are at 1163. So these are all in the same neighborhood. So this is pretty good. Oh, I got to check the sizes. 2610, check. Basement 1300, 325 finished. 1300, 325 finished, check. Floor plan, I already checked. 1 rec room, 3-bedroom, check. Deed. Now we get the last deed, so this wouldn't have it's got $1. I mean, this isn't a sale, but it's got 17,120 square feet, and I always check the other pages for extra lots. So 1,720 square feet. There's no adjustment because it's about 500 or so square feet, and we did a 6,500 square foot threshold. All right. So what we're missing is now this one awesome comp that's got super quality, maybe even an enclosed porch, and a 3rd garage bay. Let me see if I can find it. I'm just going to go do a search off to the second here. Dave, I just want to show you something that I'm doing. I've got 3 comps in Data Master in the positions 3, 4, and 5. Now And when I go get them, it does things like it puts in neutral residential, so there's a couple things that this does because I've programmed it, and we'll do that for you as well. And now I'm just going to send these to the report. Prior sale in 2014, do not use. Prior sales, if they're within 12 months, you have to select them. 06, 06, 04, do not use. Continue with import. 199. Alright, it's going to fill in these three. So I've got to use comps 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I'm also going to do the 1004 MC form. That's something to teach you for another day. I'm just going to fill it up now. So in my other window, I've used Data Master in order to do the 1004 MC, and all this information here and at the top of the grid is about to change. It'll put in if there's any listings and sales. So there's 4 listings from 1199 to 1360 within a mile. Okay, so that means I got to get a listing within a mile, and you had gone all the way to Wobbin for Silver Birch Road. So I found something a little bit closer. So this information on the top of the grid has to make sense. This tells how many sales and listings there are in the past year, how many listings there are now, and how many sales in the past year. Okay. And that information comes from this page. So I'm not going to walk you through the whole thing, but part of the job is to indicate like this is going up from 4 to 5, so that's increasing. So I'll do a little training on how to do the 1004 MC. I'm just going to fill it out right now and then get back to the comps. All right, I'm really excited because I've found a listing on Rolling Lane at the corner of Brookline Street. So that is a busy street, and what it's going to be is a listing. And you could do busy road, but it's truly a busy corner with a 0. And that's consistent with my UAD descriptions, where one of my locations is BSYCRN. It's a busy corner because technically it's a busy road, but it's at the end of the day the same thing. I'm going to do a quick map. All right, with this map comes Comp 5 has to change from Comp Sale 5 to Comp 5. I'll leave your listing 6 in there. So comparable sale 6. Just have to get rid of the word sale because it's not a sale. And you'll notice now that I've got the subject on Brookline Street, and I've got all my sales comps in the neighborhood, and I've added another one on Donna Road. I like the one that you had, but I added another one. And there we go. So when I accept the map, it's going to ask me again, we didn't see an aerial map. Well, that's because of your shitty software. There is one. I put one there. So where do I want to put it? Location map. Sure, I accept. Okay, so now here's all our distances. So it's a much tighter grouping for one. Okay, I'm going to go through the verification of one more of these things, and then I'm going to end this video because this is going to be about putting in and verifying comps. Truly adjusting them is a separate one, a little quick 10-minute video, but I want to separate it out because I think that's one you'll refer to often, and you won't need this hour video once you've learned how to verify. So here we go. So I brought in Donna Road, and in mine it puts arm's length conventional 0 here. It puts in neutral residential for me for the view. It puts in the word bedroom. I'll change this to central air, 2-car garage, 2 fireplaces. We don't need that. Okay. All right, so I verify. I'm going to do a top down. I'm going to verify the price with the deed. The deed says it closed on, oh, I'm sorry, this is the wrong deed. Donna Road. Be right back. Right. So what I've done is I have added comps that I did, and they say comp Adam. I don't think that really matters, but there's deed, MLS, plan, and sales and assessment. Coming right up. So the deed was in October of 2017 for 1250, October 2017. The other information that might come off of the deed would be the lot size. Is it 11854? Doesn't always say. Yeah, 11854. Beautiful. I can put away the deed. I don't need it now. So I verified the sales date. Why don't I verify, since I'm doing top down this time, the listing date also? I sort of trust Data Master, but I always check it. Wow, 6 days to offer. Where is it? Under agreement, 8/17, sold 10/17, so that's consistent. Yep. I'll be back to you. Location, neutral residential, so that's minus 5%. Is that what we did here? Yes, 5%. Fee simple is the ownership. Lot size is correct. Now it's missing the 0. Let me flush this again. Again, always whenever I click this sort of sales comparable adjustment workshop, I have to change this to effective date, then say OK. Now I'll put a 0 there and I put a time adjustment here. Split entry, let's see if that's correct. Really? No front photos? That's a ranch. Oh, it's got a pool. How nice. That looks like a raised ranch, maybe. No, it's a ranch. Can't be a split entry and be at one level. All right, quality and condition. Let's check it out. So the condition is, I mean, this is in pretty nice condition. You know, these cabinets are not necessarily my style. They might be a little bit older, but they're definitely good quality. I mean, it's a beadboard inlay and a shaker drawer. The ceramic tile floor I think is a little cheaper. Can I make the argument that it's the same quality? It's a nice looking master. It's the finished basement area. I need something with the same quality. I don't think this is it, but if it's the closest one, I'm gonna line it up. So I'll add 2%. I'm gonna say it's in the same condition. Equals 7 2-bedroom. I doubt it. Let's see what the layout is. Plan. 1, 2. There's 3. Oh look, there's a sunroom. Now is where I take a pause and I check the field card. I didn't get the 23 Donna field card. Be right back. Okay, I've just opened it up. Right now it has PRC6, but I have to save it as Brookline Street. Comp Adam 23 Donna FC field card. That is an enclosed porch. Okay. Well, so I'm bouncing around now. We've got 1820 455 for basement, finished basement. It also has 1820 for the first floor. That can't be because there's a garage here. So 26 by 20 of this is the garage. So this basement number is incorrect. Pay attention to what I just did. If the first floor is 1820 square feet and you've got a finished garage and you've got a garage in the basement, and this is the shape, you have to take the basement out of the garage. You can't count it twice. By the way, in the field card, the assessor seems to have done something because the field card for 23 Donna, the first floor still shows that as 1820, but the basement has 1,365 square feet, not 1820. So I'm going to change to that, 1,365. I had changed it to 1,360. I also added an in-ground pool line here and took off 2%, minus 2%. And then over here I had to put in other amenity and do none, because you have to have words across the board. It's sitting high. Not happy. It's $100,000 higher than Donna Street. I changed the quality to Q4 after reconsideration, but I did add, I think I'll add 3% to these because they just have inferior quality fixtures and finishes. This is a C4, I think. I think we're getting up closer to the 1, 2. I think Marcellus is going away. Let's put Donna here. Yeah, we're up around the $1.2 million mark. I'm buying it. I mean, where's the one with the pool? Control 2. And then 842 Dedham is a busy street. So let me figure that one out too. It could be sitting at 1.2. I haven't adjusted it yet. Those are just the automatic adjustments that just applied it to itself. All right, so I'm just gonna confirm all this stuff. I know I'm making adjustments, but I'll explain them on the next video. All right, I'm at almost the 1 hour mark. I want to do a little bit of cleanup and then wrap up this video. So the effective date of data sources is a common problem because Data Master always uses today's date. So you've got to go and remember to change those to the date of inspection, which was 10/31, and that includes the listings on the next page. If you've got 5 comps, you've got to have 5 correct effective date of data sources. I actually have gone through, and I think I've made all of the adjustments that I want to make. And I said I was going to talk about that later. But for now, what I've done is after I made the adjustments, and I know this is a little bit out of order, but you see how gross adjustment is 6.9%, 15.9, and 19.5. This is a little high, but I guess I'm using it because it's in a neighborhood and it's, you know, kind of a recent sale. This is the most recent sale. I might want to switch out Donna. I'm going to reconsider that because it looks like I'm coming in. So I'm coming in closer to 1.2 million. Now that I'm coming in closer to 1.2 million, just with these 3 comps, these 3 sales comps come in at 1215. Yeah, 116 is okay, and 1099 is kind of low, but it'd be nice to have a second sale over 1.2 million. So I think I'm going to get a comp 4. All right, so I just want to wrap up this video before I start recording the next one, which will be the explaining the adjustments. So here's my wrap up. 1 hour, 1 minute, and 28, 29, 30 seconds. Bye.